Hello, everybody. Angel Arts here, and welcome to another interview. Today, I am joined by another candidate who is trying to throw his hat into the ring. Thank you very much. Welcome. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight.
Thank you, Park, for having me tonight.
Absolutely. I just wanted to ask you, what is it about the Mass Effect universe that interests you?
Because generally in the Western media, sci- science fiction allows more of a possibility for having minority races to be
Hmm.
shown, specifically Asians. It's almost impossible for Asians to play any role in fantasy stories.
I I definitely understand what you're saying. Speaking as a Filipino myself, I definitely would love to see a lot more Asian representation in video games across the board in general. Next question. What is it about tabletop gaming or role playing that interests you?
I guess I have a little bit of a tendency to want to perform, be entertaining to friends and people in general,
Okay.
even though I haven't been fulfilling most of that in my life.
Okay.
But when I get a chance, I like to do that. And I've been introduced to Pathfinder last year, and it kind of rekindled that fire a little bit.
Why do you believe that you would be a good fit for my DMing style?
I appreciate stories that incorporate character backgrounds,
Okay.
and so that um, where you said you will cater to the players' input more than your own, such that player feels a buy-in right away. That they feel what the time that they put in to build their character is worth the effort, and so they will pay more attention, and they will want to work together because the way you build the story.
What do you believe makes you a good person as a player to game with other players?
I try to be very considerate of other people's needs, just as I need time to think about um, the correct course of action. That other people may need time to role play. I try to be empathetic
Hmm.
to the needs of others
Hmm.
instead of trying to one up someone else. I don't treat a role playing game as a game where I'm beating a system or uh, competing with everybody else,
Hmm.
which makes those kind of questions very hard because I'm essentially trying to compete with a lot of people.
Those are short and sweet. So, those are all of the out of character questions that I wanted to ask you. So, now you can relax because we're jumping in to the in character interview. Is trying to apply for a very specific position on the crew of a ship. And his character has arrived at the Citadel at this agency to meet up with a headhunter by the name of Mr. Liam Nathaniel Musey. You enter in the office, and there is a woman at the front desk who greets you. She has a stack of papers, and she asks you, "Yes, miss. May I ask what you are here for?"
Yes, ma'am. I'm here to meet with Mr. Liam.
"Do you have an appointment?"
Um, I believe I do.
8 o'clock.
My
Miss
name is.
Chen? Crystal Chen?
Yes, yes.
All right. Thank you very much for coming on time, Miss Chen. Mr. Musey definitely appreciates that. Please follow me.
No, wait. Let's see.
Go out of character.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to explain, or
Yes.
say it with the character's voice.
It is whatever is most comfortable with you. Maybe what we should do is, out of character, explain to us um, what your character's physical appearance is.
She's wearing a mechanic jumper suit.
Is her outfit neat and tidy or messy?
For this interview, definitely neat and tidy. But
Okay.
it's to show what she is applying for,
Okay.
and she's comfortable in that too.
As you enter into Mr. Musey's office, the first thing that you immediately notice is the faint smell of lavender as you enter in his office. It's fairly well decorated, very comfy, cushy seats, and sitting at the desk is this man, extremely well-dressed suit, very well kept, slicked hair. He flashes you a very large smile, and he gets up and rises from his chair and he says, "Ah, yes, Miss Chen. What an honor to have you here." He walks over to you. He holds out his hand, very gently cups your left hand, and he raises up to his lips for a kiss. "Please have a seat. How do you react to this?"
She takes back her hand and sits down. Has no other kind of reaction, no smile, no blushing or disgust, no
Okay.
reaction to it.
So she's got a bit of a poker face. He ruffles through his papers, and he says, "Miss Chen, I've been going through your files. You've got quite a resume here," he says. Not only do you have a background in mechanics, but you also were in medicine too?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, he says, what occupation did you start with? Medicine or the medical field or engineering?
Medicine.
What made you decide to take up medicine, if you don't mind me asking?
It is what my grandmother wanted.
I see where this is
What was
going.
expected of me.
I see where this is going, he says. It gives you a smile.
I believe it is a noble profession, and I think in any day and age, this is a viable career choice, no matter what you feel about the profession itself.
So, Miss Chen, that begs the question, what changed for you then? Why did you decide to pursue a career in engineering instead? What changed?
Permission to speak freely.
Why not? Permission granted.
Corruption.
Corruption? He raises an eyebrow. Could you care to elaborate, Miss Chen?
Some trouble in my school, in the academy, and I suppose I should have held my tongue when it wasn't my place. I hope you understand the difficulty of speaking up about this matter. But needless to say, I felt threatened by the field, by my superiors, and so I thought I sought a better, perhaps a better life in outer space.
All right. I'm so sorry. My manners. Can I get you a drink? What is your beverage of choice, Miss Chen?
Water will be fine.
Tap,
Yes.
bottled, or seltzer?
Tap will be fine.
Tap.
Thank you.
He snaps her fingers, and one of his assistants rushes into the kitchen to get you a glass of water. Miss Chen, what exactly do you feel that you can contribute to this crew?
I have a wide variety of training in the mechanic field. I have base knowledge of starship and captive ship mechanics system, so I can operate an Omni 2.
What are you personally trying to get out of your experience with the crew? What are you hoping to gain for yourself?
A home.
A home?
Yes, because I cannot go back to Earth.
Mr. Musi frowns a little bit when you say that, and it's at this point that the young lady has arrived with a glass of water and with a little slice of lemon in it. She hands it over to you, and Mr. Musi.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Miss Chen, the assistant says, and she turns to leave. All right, Miss Chen, allow me, if you will, to ask you a couple of hypothetical questions. Let's say that you are with your crew and you have crash landed on a foreign planet. You take your crew on an expedition to journey and see what you can find, see what you're able to acquire through exploration, when all of a sudden you are held up by a group of bandits. The bandits consists of a dozen Vorcha, half of which with pistols, half of which with assault rifles, one massive berserking Krogan with a shotgun, and an Asari who, as far as you can tell, is unarmed. In addition to that, at the corner of your eye, you also see a tiny red dot planted firmly on your captain's forehead, as these people are essentially asking you for all of the crew's credits. What do you do?
I allow the captain to handle the situation.
The captain will attempt to negotiate. It doesn't seem like negotiations are going very well. The captain then, behind his back, gives a signal to the crew. A signal meaning that he wishes for this situation to escalate into combat. Let us say that the fight erupts. No one has been fatally wounded yet. You're in the thick of battle. Your companions are attempting to fight. Currently, it doesn't seem like any side is necessarily winning at the moment. What do you believe your character would do to contribute to the situation?
Are they injured?
Yes,
Comrades around?
there will be comrades who will be injured.
I will attempt to retrieve them and pull them to safety.
There are many more of your men have been injured. There has been 2 casualties. They do not seem to be as badly injured, and they have 1 casualty. The captain is still alive, but you see that he is badly wounded. He is attempting to give orders, but is having difficulty while trying to help defend the rest of the crew.
The captain has not given order to me directly.
Correct.
Correct?
He has not given you a direct order. Correct.
To bring the 2 wounded crewmen back to a state where they can contribute to the fight once more.
Okay.
And assuming they are not as badly wounded, that I can work on to both of them.
That's all I wanted to ask for that scenario, and I have one more scenario for you before we reach my final question. So, Miss Chen, you are a doctor. You are a doctor at a top hospital. You currently have 6 gravely ill patients. 5 of those 6 patients are in urgent need of organ transplants. You cannot help them, unfortunately, because there are no available organs that can be used to save their lives. The 6th patient, however, will die if not given a particular medication. If that 6th person dies, you will be able to save the other 5 patients by using the organs of patient 6, who is an organ donor. What do you do?
I will save the 5 patients with the organs of the 6.
Okay. May I ask how you came to that decision, or what is your reasoning behind that decision?
It is more efficient.
5 lives saved as opposed to 1. Is that pretty much my understanding, Miss Chen?
That is correct.
All right.
Although ethically it is not the correct thing to do.
My final question to you, Miss Chen. Red, blue, or green? And he gives you a smile.
That's light.
That's light? Oh, I don't think I've got that answer yet. Clever. One final thing, Miss Chen. If you would look in that direction, he points towards a recording device, a camera, if you will. Please speak into that camera directly to the crew. This will be sent to them, and I would like you to give your appeal, your pitch, as you will, as to why the crew should select you to be part of their ship.
By the way, she does not smile. I can't help myself.
Okay, so she's not smiling. She still has a stoic poker face.
Yes, like a soldier answering a question from a drill sergeant.
Okay, all right.
Captain, comrades, this is Chen, reporting for duty. I'm disciplined. I'm trained in a vast number of technical fields. I cannot fight, but I can fix anything you give me. I look forward to working with you. Thank you.